What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I want to talk to you guys, man. It's been a long journey, a very, very long journey. As y'all guys can see, I'm in the broken talk. Right. Hold up, man. So yeah, it's true, man. Like, if you guys read the title is exactly what you see, man. There's no gimmicks, no type of thing for me to kind of like get you guys. Let me see. I got this 4K camera thing. It's supposed to like. There you go. But it's not no gimmick, man. For you guys that don't know, I was driving with a Russian company for the last 2 years. And I'll tell you the truth, in the beginning of me running with them, everything was great, everything was good. I just got divorced. I needed to get something off my mind. And at that time, the market wasn't as bad as it is right now. With that being said, it wasn't as harder. Like, you're working a lot harder now just to make the bare minimum we were making 2 years ago. Okay, so let's say your bare minimum was $2,100 a week. That was the bare minimum, but you're hitting 22, 25, 27, 28, right? Well, now in this market, you're running more just to hit your bare minimum 2 years ago. The market has crashed. It's not where it used to be at, right? So I was running with this company for, you know, after I got divorced, I lost my house. Well, I sold my house, and I had to give a large lump sum of that money to my ex-wife, right? I have a video. You guys can watch the video, and I speak upon that a little bit more. But we've moved on. But I was working with this company, and when I say Russian company, now let's just get this clear. A lot of these trucking companies in Chicago, they're not all Russians. They're all over Europe. Um, but to Americans, when you hear their accent, you presume or assume that they're Russians. So instead of us learning where they're from and this, that, and the third, a lot of us are just not even to say they are Russians, right? But they're not typically all Russians. But when you go work for a Russian company, you are running on two clocks. Now, when I say two clocks, that means you have unlimited time, meaning you can drive for 13 hours, right? Let's say you drive for 10 hours. They can, or you can call them, or they can fix your logs and give you a whole brand new clock. So now you can drive for another 10 hours, make it 20 hours, right? And when you're running with companies like that, you are going from coast to coast, a lot of miles, and it's the next day delivery. And their term would be you are a strong solo. You understand what I'm saying? You are a strong solo, meaning that you're basically a team driver. You just drive by yourself. Okay? And sometimes you're a quadruple team driver. You know what I'm saying? But when you're young, you know what I mean? You're young, you don't have a wife or kids, you're trying to bounce back, you're trying to get some money. Running with those companies are ideally, right? It's something that anybody will go ahead and do. What up, y'all? So anyone, damn, you guys are looking at. Hold up, damn, you guys can see all that. Damn, that's what I don't like about this junk right here. It'll follow me everywhere. I can't even do nothing. Pause. Just pause. Okay. Unpause. Okay, okay. Come back this way. Come back this way. Pause. Hold on now. I can be seeing everything I do now. But like I was saying, right? So when you're running with those type of companies, man, you got multiple clocks. And unfortunately, with those type of companies, that load that you're carrying is way more important than you. That's facts. Way more important than you, my friend. I don't know, man. I really want to get the story time, but I also want to play some games. Want to play some games. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been thinking about doing like having the camera focus behind me while I play the games, right? So you guys can actually see the screen while I'm playing. I don't know how effective that's gonna be, but I love this camera, man. This camera is really nice. I really enjoy it. It's clear. It's very clear. It's 4K clear. I think I can like play with it a little bit. Let me see. But usually, a lot of people that come here, usually a lot of people that check me out is during the daytime. Not around this time, but the camera's really clear. Let me see something, man. I think I'm gonna do story time another day. I think I'm gonna save the story time for when I get a lot more people watching. That's usually early in the morning. But until then, I'm gonna scroll down here. We're gonna look at some things. You heard about Gucci, man? I'll change the rims though. I need something more slicker than that. Probably change the caliber to blue. I think so. Get me. I promise you, I'm gonna get me one of those cars. So what else we got here? Man, Mike, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's hard, bro. I love your energy. I love the person you are, Mike.
If you want to drop your auto insurance rate, then don't skip this video.
We have to make a business decision.
Take a look. I've removed my personal info, guys. From one.
All right.
If we had to make a business decision right now at this moment, bro.
In this bye week, after an extremely disciplined stretch of games, something that might just be exactly what we needed. In a sense of just the way.
Bro, when we lost to Miami, it was something. Or when we lost to the Virginia, it was something that we needed. It was a wake up call. So you're showing us not to drink the poison, not to drink the perfume. When we losing again, you saying this is exactly what we needed? Like, get the fuck out of here. Put this volume up.
The calendar laid out in time, to be able to, really come back as a team. We got back about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning there on Sunday. We had treatments. Coaches, came in. We, got a chance to, evaluate the film, which, like I said, after the game, I mean, that's a unexcusable loss. I mean, we for whatever the circumstances, for all the things, we got to, we got to go win that game. And there was extremely disappointed. We had opportunities. We had some things that I was really proud of our players for the way they fought, and even in challenging situations, of what it was on the scoreboard, but they did put us in a position, and for whatever was called, it was called. But I did think they put us in a position to have a chance. But you come back, and now the focus. I mean, it's all on us, and you look at the way we've played. I can talk about one game, or I can talk about the last 4 weeks. Is we really lacked complementary football, and what we did early in the season. Whether it was offensively, having to respond, after a drive, or defensively, whether it was a bad play or a negative, being able to go out there and make the plays necessary. We've really lacked that here in these last 4 weeks, and the team. There have been moments where I thought hesitation showed up, or guys played a little tight, but I think that even in the course of all of those games, have been able to work themselves through it, and put ourselves in it with a chance to win. And but we're not here for chances to win. We're here to win, and we've not done a good enough job when it comes to that and finishing. And a lot of the elements that are showing up throughout the course of the game, just supporting us every rep, and it really has. It's not just one specific thing you put your finger on. You've got just different elements that have shown up at times, and we've got to. Coming in this bye week, it is truly just about us, and that's, I think the guys, they understand. You sit there, you go through it on film, you talk about the importance of the details, you talk about the importance of the confidence, and then the overall execution. As coaches, we're continuing to evaluate ourselves. Where can
you keep saying the coach needs to evaluate himself, Mike? I don't want to say it, bro. I really, I really enjoy you, pause, as a coach. But you haven't got the job done since you got here. The recruiting sucked. It's trash. You say the same thing over and over again. The coaches need to reevaluate. The fucking college needs to reevaluate if they need a new head coach. Why don't you say that? The fucking university, the president, the AD, they need to evaluate if we need a new coach, head coach. Come on, bro.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Florida State is in a very curious position with Mike Norvell. It has not gone the way that you thought it would go after the undefeated season. It's been tough sledding in the ACC. You just lost to Stanford, which is pretty embarrassing with it being Stanford. No knock on the good folks out there in Nerd Nation. But with all the discussion around Mike Norvell potentially getting fired in Tallahassee, Florida State came out and made a statement where they said essentially, hey, listen, we're sticking with Mike Norvell through this season. We'll reevaluate after the season. But Mike Norvell, we're behind you until the end of the season. Then we'll talk about it and we'll figure things out. We'll kind of take inventory. This doesn't smell right to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And I appreciate the fact that they came out and made the statement. I think it probably.
I'm not going to lie. They're basically saying, like, we're not going to fire him during the season and embarrass Mike Norvell like these other coaches, these other universities embarrass their coaches, right, during the season. We're going to finish the season out. We're already in a shitty position. We're going to finish the season out, and then we're going to have Mike come out, because we gave him a favor, not to embarrass him. We're going to need you, Mike, to come out and step the fuck down in front of the meeting. With your honors, your dignity, and all that. We need you to come out, Mike. Sit in front of the media, that you've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. Sit in front of the media and say, hey, I have made a decision to step the fuck down as a head coach for University of Florida State. Florida State University, FSU. That's what you got to do. We're looking out for you. We're not going to fire you. We're not going to embarrass you. We're not going to make you look humiliate you or none of that. But we need you to step the fuck down. Because I'm not going to lie, Mike, your stock numbers as a head coach has dropped significantly. It raising high when you're at Memphis. You left Memphis, you came here. You have not been able to continue with success in this type of level of college, right? Collegiate sport. So we're not going to embarrass you in front of everyone. We're going to stick to you. But just know when it's time, when this season's over with, my nigga, if you continue losing, we lose to the Gators, we lose to any other team on the schedule, Mike, it's a wrap, Mike. We're going to need you to fall suit and step the fuck down. We need you to tell them that you're going to step the fuck down.
Probably helps quiet noise down around your team. You would hope it makes Mike Norvell feel a little bit more confident that he's not looking over his shoulder every single weekend, which is a good thing when you're trying to coach winning football in a somewhat winnable conference here in the ACC. But here's the deal, man. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this in the sense that I don't think that they're just straight up lying, but I think we're all a lot more reasonable on Monday than we are on Sunday. Isn't that pretty fair to say? Like Saturday, the emotions of the game are running hot. If you played a night game, they run hot into Sunday morning. Right around 5 p.m. on Sunday is when we sort of take a deep breath, we exhale, we look forward to the next week, and then by Monday, we're much more reasonable. The emotions have sort of dialed back a little bit. Notice, though, when do head coaches typically get fired throughout the course of a week? Sunday. Okay, so I understand. I don't think they're lying here, but I'm just saying now, you can tell me that you're behind Mike Norvell. Do you still feel that way if you lose to Wake Forest after this bye week? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not telling you to make a move, but what I am saying is as other big jobs open up, like Florida, we're all watching Auburn. I hate to say it out loud, but we're watching LSU. Penn State's open. Do you really, as your Florida State, sitting there, thinking you may not have your right head coach, want to get behind those schools that are going to probably more than likely be after coaches that you're after? I don't think that's a good idea. And I think that the good people at Florida State know that's not a good idea. And I like Mike Norvell. I root for him openly. But here's the thing. I'm
not going to lie. Like, nobody wants Billy Napier. So, I don't know what he's talking about. No one wants Billy Napier. But I understand he's probably talking about the other available coaches that are out there. I'm just saying.
Florida State. You don't have to settle for mediocrity. You don't have to settle for 6 and whatever. Like, you can be a team that legitimately contends for not just the ACC, but like college football playoff and beyond every single year. The fact that we're even talking about the Mike Norvell buyout, north of $50 million, plus hiring a new coach, which would put you at a sum of right around $100 million all in with firing Mike Norvell and bringing in a new coach, like that speaks to the resource power of Florida State. The fact that we're talking about this speaks to the prowess of that place. Besides the logo, the tradition, the pageantry, all the things that come with a place like Florida State. Like you don't have to settle right now, Florida State. And so this isn't me lobbying to fire Mike Norvell, but I think when we look at like the way this equation adds up, if you see things continuing to hurtle down a negative trend, why would you sit through the rest of the season and say, no, we got to see?
Like it up.
I appreciate the statement, but I'm not buying this. I'm not.
Yeah, I was going to talk about why I quit the Russian company, but I'm going to wait until when I usually do my time. It's usually early in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning type jump. So I'm just scamming through videos on YouTube. I was thinking about playing some game. I am going to play some game, but how I got to do it is kind of unusual. I haven't seen it done yet. I could be a trendsetter, but I don't want to do that right now. Because I still got to fix up the Broker Talk Lounge. I'm talking about we got to put the flash screen up here. I don't know if I'm gonna hang it on the wall or I'm just gonna have it standing up. I would like to hang it up on the wall, but if I hang it up on the wall, then it has to be over here, which will make a lot more sense. Yeah, it'll be over here, which definitely make a lot more sense. Yeah, be over there. And over here, I gotta put the air hockey. That's gonna be the air hockey game. It's gonna be over here. Then we can play air hockey over here. We have the rugs right here. Nice decor. You know what I'm saying? So, but until then, more soon.
Fine, this is 100% the case here. If Florida State goes out and loses to Wake, and they lose to Clemson, then they lose to Virginia Tech, like we're going to just say, okay, nope. I understand that the body's cold, but we're going to just keep on waiting until this thing finishes the season because we said we'd finish the season and we want to make sure we honor that statement. I don't think that's 100% the case. So I don't think they're lying, but I think that you lose to Wake Forest, this conversation becomes a little bit different, and we're looking at Florida State potentially being an open job before the year ends. All right? So it's morbid. It's unfortunate. Don't root for it, but it's kind of the world we're living in right now in college football. As these jobs open up, other big jobs that will be after your potential candidates here, I don't think you want to risk falling behind the 8 ball because Florida, they started their search already. Penn State started their search already. Not to mention Arkansas, not to mention Virginia Tech. It is what it is, man.
Crazy.
Quick thoughts on the Mike Norvell contract. Well, I got dinner cooking. Number one, Norvell has improved the Noles in every season. Recruiting's going better than ever. And it's about market rate. So they're not overpaying for the guy's track record and history, considering he also took Memphis to a New Year's Six Bowl. Number two, this is symbolic. This is a signal to the SEC or the Big Ten that Florida State is not backing down and that they want to play ball at the highest level. It's saying, hey, we are going to be too big to fail. Come get us. It's also a signal to the ACC that, hey, we intend to spend at a high level, like a really big time program. If you want us to stay in the ACC, you need to cut us in a higher share of that revenue. Quick.
Do y'all ever wonder if these videos really work? Or if they just edit it, make it look like it's perfectly fried chicken? Well, I had to test it myself. I seasoned up my chicken, add the flour to the hot oil, dropped the chicken in and waited. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna come out together. No, it didn't come out together. The chicken came out with a little bit of breading on top, but nothing major. It was a waste of time, waste of oil, waste of money. Okay, don't try this at home. Do y'all ever wonder if these videos really work? Or if they just edit it, make it look like it's perfectly fried chicken? Well, I had to test it myself. I seasoned up my chicken, add the flour to the hot oil, dropped the chicken in and waited. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna come out together. No, it didn't come out together. The chicken came out with a little bit of breading on top, but nothing major. It was a waste of time, waste of oil.
Yeah, that shit look good to me. She joking. She telling the truth.
I mean, each week we're honest with our guys, like, you know, hey, we're playing a lesser opponent. All right, we should do this, but just get ready because the execution level is going to have to be higher with the better opponents we're playing. And I think they understand that. We're still, and when I say we're a work in progress, I mean that. Like, we're still growing as off.
I strongly believe Danzig's Maybe put ACC. That was fire as hell.
Nous pas jamais baguer citron. Ouais. Tout ça oh, accueilli non pied plusieurs fois même. Gardons le régime banane. Et qu'on gagne qui pique gros toujours. 100% naturel. On agriculteur pas gagne doit jamais grand goût dans pays ou non, pas jamais baguer manioc, pas jamais baguer banane non. On doit avoir gros l'autre problème, mais grand goût problème grand goût nous ca résoudre avec terre. Si nous planter agriculture doit suspendre un simple slogan. Tout le monde sait Zuzu à faire. Moi-même, je vais montrer faire Zuzu dans la terre. Parce que belle graine banane, on va manger la vie, la belle graine tomate, là, c'est dans la terre. Laitue, cresson, je ne sais pas, carotte, là, on va dire, on va faire belle, bon petit jus carotte, c'est dans la terre. Et pas dans l'espace, et pas dans l'air. Je n'ai pas de problème dans la caille, et puis depuis que je rentre dans l'espace là, et puis moi, je plante automatiquement une connexion. Ça m'a dit que c'est difficile pour un monde qui n'est pas habitué dans le jardin, qui n'a pas l'amour pour le jardin comprendre ça. Mais moi, j'ai l'habitude avec eux, je peux parler ensemble avec eux-mêmes. Donc imaginez, leur habitué avec un bagage comme ça, c'est impossible pour même pour partir, pour quitter. Je ne dois pas faire tout le bagage, même dire au moins ma fond bagage. Parce que moi, c'est ça qui fait me camper là toujours. C'est l'amour pour le pays, mais avant tout. Avenir Haïti devant deux Haïtiens. Nous sommes M. Brigade Jean et nous trouvons dans la commune Ferrier, dans le département nord-est pays d'Haïti. Moi-même, c'est une femme qui a fait effort dans le pays, qui a goûté pour moi. Si je suis une contribution par la musique, je suis capable. Je toujours préciser pour moi, je pas étudier agronomie, mais je suis qui était toujours un jardin depuis petit, avec grand moins défunt et resté à Zemor, qui était toujours montré me chemin la terre. Donc, bien que je n'ai grandi, je n'ai fait toute primaire ici, donc je devine aller Port-au-Prince, mais celle qui était toujours motivée, l'aime venir faire vacances, c'est espace jardin. Tout le temps beaucoup mal dans le jardin, c'est comme si moi beaucoup vacances pour commencer, de toujours envie à.
Et est-ce que vous avez fait une expérience dans le domaine ça aussi? Oui, comment ça a été et qui côté?
Mon expérience que je
I'm out, man. Thank you for coming. Leave a like. But I'm gonna wait until later tonight. That's when I usually go live. That's why I get a lot of people tuning in. So we're gonna get back to this another time every day.